Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Michael's Corner. To this afternoon, I am bringing in on a special guest who I have not interviewed in about four or 5 years. His name is Howard Bobby Brennan. Um, I I've been wanting to interview him for the last 3, 4 years. It's just that it's been we've been so crazy busy with our schedules that I didn't have a chance to interview him. So now I'm finally getting a chance to interview one of the best wrestlers in the Midwest. And I got it, and I cannot wait to bring him on and see what he's been up to since our last interview. So let's not waste any more time. I'm gonna bring on my guest. So give me 1 second, you guys.
Hey Michael, what's going on?
How's it going?
I'm good. Good to see you. Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you. You
Perfect.
know, it's been such a long time since I last interviewed you.
Yeah, it's been a couple years for sure.
Oh my God, it's been more than that. But finally, we're able to do this.
Hmm.
So, since it's been a while, um, I got asked because I have new new audience on YouTube. So let's tell them how did you get your start in wrestling?
My start in wrestling. Okay, I'll try not to make it too long, but uh, I started training under Matt Cage when the fully loaded wrestling was around my hometown here in Minot, North Dakota. I basically learned the basics from him, and then I started wrestling around March 18th of 2016. So it was actually just my anniversary the other day.
Oh wow.
Mhm. What was that,
Oh
7 years?
yeah.
Mhm.
Um, so since then, since our last interview, you've been on a roll, you know. I
Yeah,
mean,
pretty busy.
you've been pretty darn busy. I've been seeing a whole lot of stuff that you post on Instagram. You trying to get big, and you
Yep.
got lean and everything. Can you tell everyone how did you do it? Because
How did I make like my big physical change?
yes,
Finally started dieting.
because people want to know.
That's
People
pretty
want to know. Shit, I want to know.
that's the same thing every time. It's like because I've done the same thing I've done for years, but the only thing that changed was I just started the diet. I finally just started eating properly because I used to just eat uh, just for an amount of calories, like to try to be big, because I weighed around 220 before I made my change. And then I was really strong, but I didn't have the same physique. So when I made the change, then I lost a whole bunch of weight. And now I'm down anywhere from 185 to 192.
Wow, that's amazing.
Mhm.
How
So diet can go a long way.
hmm And I have noticed that your wrestling has gotten a whole lot better than the last few years that I've seen you wrestle in person. You know.
Oh, well, thank you. It's yeah, finally getting more to wrestle more. Obviously, you can get better at it, doing it more frequently. So yeah, and then luckily I wrestle a lot of places that allow me to have creative freedom and kind of just leave everything to me. So I kind of get to figure out what I do well and don't do well myself. So
Hmm. So, what are your goals in Below Zero Wrestling or Cloud9 Wrestling or any wrestling organization? What is your goal?
um, it's a good question. So it's a little different at everyone. So below zero wrestling, my goal is to. I've always wanted to be the top guy there. I'm working to be the top guy. Uh, Obviously, I tried and I didn't get to do that against Jack in our first title match. Um, we just ended our feud, and now I'm kind of on a whole new. Um, I kind of got a whole new start now. So now I got to kind of figure out how I'm gonna do it. So I don't know who I'm gonna have to wrestle, but I'm basically gonna try become the top guy of some sort. Maybe Sub Zero belt, maybe tag belt. If I can get back around to the below zero championship, that'd be cool. But when you wrestle for it once, it's hard to get back there again right away. So maybe Sub Zero or below, the tag belts if I can get a partner. Maybe Jack will like the tag, or maybe I can find somebody new. So
Okay,
mhm.
now now let's talk quickly about your rivalry with Jack Ledger.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, because I have, I follow Below Zero Wrestling. I watch your product, and tell us about the rivalry, the build up on how you guys built a rivalry together. Because you turned on Jack Ledger, and I thought that was a great storytelling right there.
So um, it it's kind of a long story because it's told over 2.5 years, so it was a pretty good amount of time. Um, it started with me going on a bit of a losing streak when I was babyface. Uh, I finally put my career on the line against Joey Anderson in the I Quit match, and then you kind of saw in that match a little bit of a change already right there. So it was like if you were really paying attention, you might be able to catch it, or you just thought I hated Joey Anderson. And then at the end of the night, I gave Jack the lariat and then the chair shot, and I held the below zero belt. And the whole idea behind it wasn't that I hated Jack. It was that I just wanted the belt. Like I just want to be champion. I just want to be the top guy. That's kind of all I ever just want. So I had to turn on Jack. He was the easiest option. So did that. I ended up getting. He didn't want to do the match at first. Like we had in ring thing where I asked him like give me the match, and he turned me down. He was undefeated, so I came out that night. I gave him the power bomb during his match, ended his winning streak. So I took something from him. So he basic basically a kind of a way he wanted to get back at me. He just wanted to get in the ring with me now. So gave him a reason. We had our title match. The first one, I would I don't know. I just rewatched it the other day because I was trying to because me and him were talking after the cage match, and we said, "What is our favorite one? Like, what was our favorite of the three?" And personally, I think the first one's my favorite. I guess I don't know. Just kind of a lot of the stuff we did and how well it went, and some of the reactions we had. It was just, it's my favorite of the three. It doesn't mean I don't like the other two, but it's my favorite. But we had that big, huge match. Jack wins. Um, we end up. What happens in between there? I'm trying to remember now. It was a long time. 2.5 years is a long time.
Yeah,
Um, oh,
yeah.
I remember I helped Gino Rivera win the Below Zero championship. I
Oh,
showed up unannounced. I didn't wrestle that night, so I actually traveled to Fargo just for this segment. So I hit all day, like nobody saw me. I ran out. I was hooded in my signature crop top hoodie. Um, hit him with the weightlifting powder. I hit. I turn to the hard cam, pop the hood down. It's me. I give him the muscle buster. Gino gives him the double stomp, and Gino takes the belt home. So it's set up for number two at the brewery, which was kind of a it was a wild day to begin with, but that match was is really special too because it just felt like we had a really good wrestling match just inside of a no disqualification match. It wasn't like we were just hitting each other with chairs back and forth all lazy like. So, but yeah. So, did that and then it was 1-1 so we had to end it. So we ended up having the burner match after he I wrestled DeLorean Diggs for the Sub-Zero belt. He interfered after I kind of got interfered with his match with Nick Nelson. So now it was the rubber match, and we needed to end it. It was at the biggest show of the year, so we had the cage match, and at the end we hugged and embraced, and now the kind of capped off the story.
oh, wow.
Yeah,
Yeah. And, and
there
when,
was a long one.
yeah, wow. When I saw that photo of you giving Jack Ledger a hug, I gotta admit, I got emotional because it was a 2 year rivalry. And I can understand, and that was good storytelling, like,
Mm-hmm.
like I mentioned, and I just gotta say, you know what, that's the icing on the cake, and I think fans are gonna look back as the best rivalry in below zero wrestling's history.
I would hope so too, because I think we gave them a lot of different stuff than the other rivalries would have. Like each one of our matches, I were well received. Um, we gave them like a regular match, a kind of an no holds barred, but we kept it pretty tame. And then we did the cage match, which is like the ultimate, like story ender. It's the ultimate blow off match. So yeah, I'm hoping. And then it's between two brothers. It's not often you can do that story, like for real. So there's not many of us. And then, yeah. So I'm hoping people remember it fondly. Like I hope in like 10 years I have like maybe like 18-year-old kids who are like trying to get in the wrestling tell me they remember our matches a lot. Like that's like my goal. That'd be cool.
Yeah. So I want to get back to my question on like your goals. So we already talked about what your goals are of below zero wrestling.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's get on with the Cloud Nine. What is your goal in Cloud Nine wrestling?
Uh, Cloud Nine's a little more simple. That one I'm not as interested in the tag belts there. Um, if I can ever make my way back to the heavyweight belt, that'd be awesome. But I already had uh a really good run with the belt. I don't know if I really need to pick it up again. Um, and Cloud Nine's and it's kind of transitioned more to Canada, and so it's a little different. So I guess we're kind of in a changing process over there, but I would say really I want to have just good matches there. Like that's kind of my goal is like, all right, this is something I can show somebody or watch. And I think hopefully over the next couple shows I can have some pretty good matches. So that's just kind of my goal is just to have just a body of work to show there.
Yeah. Okay. So I gotta bring this up. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta bring this because was probably one of my favorite matches that to watch on YouTube. You you had a match against with AJ Sanchez. I think
Mm-hmm.
this was I think this was maybe 2, 3 years ago, and then your mother was the special guest referee.
Yeah, it
Can
was actually yep, I think it was right before COVID. Yep.
Yeah, it was right before COVID hit.
Hmm.
What how that match came about? Because I'm dying to hear about this.
Uh, I think on one of the episodes, oh, I think it was even before the match. Basically, AJ had said something in his promo like you beat me once, and now I'm gonna make uh, I'm not only gonna make the referee count like three, it's gonna be your mom, Sheila. So he calls out my mom, and he actually calls her to the front. Like he says, like if like get up here. She comes over the guardrail and she goes in the ring and confronts him and uh yeah, because the referee was down. He wanted her to do it. But I think he was planning it the whole time. So then she goes to count the three, flips him off, and then I give him the big jackhammer deal I do. Call it the
Okay,
sign.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yeah, because I just watched that match over and over again on YouTube, and I was like, oh my God, you're, yeah, it's like your mother just stuck the middle finger on AJ Sanchez. Oh my God. And it's like that's one of my favorite matches.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know that. That's nice to hear.
Yeah. And in fact I want to watch that again because that it's like when your mother just she came to the ringside and when she counted down 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, she did it
And
with the referee, so it was
yeah.
it was a legal pin. I didn't just win just because somebody counted three.
hmm
So,
So yeah, that's one of my favorite matches that I had to tell you about right quick.
well,
Um,
nice. Thank
so my next question to you is because I know you got some stuff going on this evening. Um, so when you're not wrestling, what does Power Bobby Brandon likes to do on his off day when he's not wrestling?
Well, typically I focus just pretty much on the lift throughout the day. I am married, so I try to be a good husband and spend time with my wife and
By
do
the
all.
way, congratulations on your marriage. I
Thank
have to
you.
put that out
I have two dogs, so I take care of them. Here's one right now.
there.
This is, yep, this is my girl, and I got
Oh,
theirs, and he guards the house. It's more of his job.
yeah. What's
But yeah,
her name?
pretty much just do my family stuff, and then focus on the gym. I'm pretty simple. And then if I'm not doing either of those things, I'm watching wrestling, trying to be better all the time.
What's your dog's name, by the way?
This is Daisy.
Oh, oh, she is such a cutie.
Yeah, I think she doesn't realize people are like on the phone when I'm talking, so she just thinks I'm just kind of in here. So I
Yeah,
think she's used right now, but she's good. She's just
yeah,
hanging out.
yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you got any matches coming up that you like to discuss right quick before you
Yeah,
head?
tomorrow I'm in Miles City for Flashback Pro Wrestling, and I'll be in a ladder match for the Mountain West Championship. It's like crowning the inaugural champion. I think I'm saying that right. It's so the first ever champion will be crowned tomorrow, and I'm hoping it will be me.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Chris Masters will be there. He's wrestling Rampage Santana.
Oh wow.
Yep, so that'll be a good match. And then Jack Ledger is in a bull rope match with Duke Cornell, so that'll be another good match. The crowd gets a ladder match, and they have a triple threat. Jake Taylor's in there. Um, and I think there might be one more, but yeah, those are the four off the top of my head that I remember. Yeah,
Oh,
so I'm pretty
oh,
excited.
yeah, and yeah, and let's not forget about Ironheart Pro. Mm,
Yes, Ironheart has been wonderful. It's been so nice to just keep start working with them. Um, every time I've gone there, it's always fun. They take care of us really well. They're just overall really good company. Um, I just wrestled uh, Jay Fowler at the last show there. Um, I'm really excited to see the footage. It was kind of a cool little venue. We were like in a sports complex type deal, so we were on like turf. It was it was really nice. I liked it. Um, and you meet a bunch of cool people at Ironheart too, which I find so. What makes Ironheart so unique is that there's faces from different areas. It's not just the same guys from down the street, like what a lot of shows become, which
yeah,
it just, it's financially, that's all you can do. So it's cool because I just watched Jack Russell was Alex Taylor from the NWA.
okay,
So he just wrestled him. Um, there was a cup. We ended up meeting, well, not meeting. We ended up re-seeing Peter Avalon because we knew him a bunch of years back, and yeah, you kind of meet a bunch of cool faces from there. So if you haven't been to an Ironheart show, get out to one. It's awesome.
yeah. I gotta admit, I've been to one, I think not one but two of their shows, and I'm really impressed with them, and they put on great shows and whatnot. I mean, I gotta say, it's hardcore. They go, I mean, they go really intense, and
Yeah.
I like it.
What's nice is everyone in the locker room is trying to have the best match. Nobody's really being lazy there. Uh, that's what I absolutely love about Ironheart is that everyone there is there to work. Like everyone is ready to go. It's definitely not a company somebody's going to go in and do a match they've done 100 times before. Everyone's going in there trying something new, um, working their absolute hardest, and just not really holding back. Even if maybe if the crowd even isn't as big as maybe other promotions, I think we give it everything.
Okay, all right. You know what? Thank you so much for doing this with me. I know it's been a hot minute since I last interviewed you. So we
Yeah,
got to do this again. We're not going to wait 2 or 3, 4 years. We got to do this again. Promise me. We'll
yeah.
do this again.
And I know we did a little bit of a shorter one today. So how about feel free to shoot me a message with another like proposal date, and then maybe we can do another 30-minute one. I can be on more frequently. What do you think, Michael?
Oh my God. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
just
you
let
did.
me. I'll get back to you. Okay.
All right. Uh, before we wrap it up, where can fans follow you on social media?
On social media, really, my big one is Instagram, like you mentioned earlier. That's where I'm the most frequent, and it's what I enjoy the most, kind of promoting all my wrestling through. You can find me at what is it, Bobby Power Brennan as the name, but at the handle, it's Bobby Trennan. So BobbyTrennan. Bobby Brennan was taken, if you're wondering why it's with a T. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
So,
oh, okay. Well, you take care and you have a good evening, all right?
all right. Thank you, Michael. I appreciate it. Oh, don't go up
You're
there.
very welcome.
All right. Bye, Michael. Thank you.
Yep, you take care.
Yep, you too.
Yep. Peace. And on this solid note, we're gonna wrap this interview up. You guys know the drill. You guys can follow me on social media. Um, Facebook will be Michael's Corner. X will be at Michael Pam. And YouTube will be Michael's Wrestling Channel. Okay. I know this was a short interview, but I will be bringing Bobby Brennan back um on here probably more frequently so we could talk about other stuff and whatnot. So on that note, you guys take care and I'll see you guys in the next episode of Michael's Corner.